Folks, I am so sorry I have been gone. I've tried to update my community little spot to let you know what was going on. And I kind of hoped that I would be doing a video a little bit sooner than today. But I've got a couple weeks left of healing to go. And then hopefully things will be back in order. Hi, my name's Tina. I'm the girl in the garden. And today we're going to see what we can do with our onion harvest when it happens. So this year I decided to get ahead of the game. And instead of waiting to harvest to then figure out what to do, I'm kind of doing it ahead of time. So as I harvest, I know exactly how I'm going to process my harvest for long term or to use right away. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dehydrate some onions. These are onions I bought at the store. I have none left from last year's harvest. So to practice and make sure I know what I'm doing, I bought some yellow onions from the store. So I'm going to, as you can see, I've sliced off the ends. I will be saving all my onion pieces to go in a stock, and I'll put it in a Ziploc bag, label it, stick it in the freezer, and then I'll be using my chopper to chop and then be putting it in my dehydrator. So I have done a couple. Let's see. These are conditioning, and you know that looks like quite a bit, but once I grind that up and make onion powder, I guess there's no real good angle. Anyway, the onion powder will probably be way down here. So my goal is to make onion powder and minced onions to use when I cook. So that's what I get started on. So let me go ahead and get these chopped up, and then we'll get them in the dehydrator. All right, my onions are chopped. I used to slice them, but I got this chopper. I mean, I don't need them sliced. I don't really care how they're chopped. I'm going to break them up anyway after they get dehydrated, or I'm going to make onion powder with it. So now you can see I have my stuff back there that I'll put in a Ziploc and put in the freezer to use in stock. Now I did have a couple of onions that had a bad area or two. I just cut those areas off and use the rest of the onion that's good. And then I'm going to put it here in my dehydrator. I'm just going to fill up the racks. Okay, and so I've got my first tray loaded up, and that's just what I'm going to do with the rest of the onions and the rest of the trays. I'm going to put them in the dehydrator at 130 degrees, and I'm not going to time it. I'm just going to watch it. So when I come check on it, I'll bring you along with me. So, like I said, I thought I would get to this sooner, and I apologize. So it's been kind of crazy. My mom got sick, and then she had to go into rehab. We got her home, and on the road to recovery when I ended up in the hospital and had to have surgery on my neck. So I'm still in a neck brace. I've got a couple more weeks to go, and then I can get back to all the things I normally do, including working and getting more videos done and back out there for you. So let's see what we can do with onions, because while I was in the hospital, I did have onions that needed to planted 300 plants, and my son was just wonderful enough to plant them all for me. So my garden right now, 90% of what's out there, he planted, and he doesn't like to garden. So kudos to that boy. Actually, man, he's a man, just had his birthday. All right, well, let's get these in the dehydrator and see what they do. All righty, we're back. All right, so you know these are done when, did you hear that snap? It's crispy. I did let them cool a bit, because if it's still warm, it'll still feel like it's not quite all the way crispy. So there we go. So next we are going to use this little coffee grinder and we're gonna make some onion powder. All right, let's see. Okay, I forgot to tell you, this has been conditioning. So basically, I put it in the jar, and every day I shook it up just to make sure it was completely dry. I have labeled my bottle. I'm gonna put it in. There's my onions. Plug your ears. All right, so I pulse this a few times until I get it the consistency I want, and then I'm going to put it in my jar. I can't find my funnel to do that. So basically, I am going to make me some onion powder, and we'll be back to see how I do my minced onions. Okay, I wanted to show you how much I got. Remember, both of these jars were full of dehydrated onions. I'm going to say that was probably about 6 or 7 onions. And this is how much onion powder I got. I did condition them on the counter for about a week. So that's about what I got. I guess it probably depends on the size of your onions as well. Now, I'm going to take the rest of, or the onions I just got through dehydrating. I'm going to put them on the foil that you saw on the counter so I can easily get them into a Ziploc bag. All right, hold on. All right, so in this bag is another about 7 onions. I'm gonna zip it up. I used my foil to get this in here. That's why it's on the stand, because I couldn't find my funnel thing. So anyway, I'm just gonna roll it with the rolling pin and see if I can crush it up and see if I have another jar to put it in. Okay, let's see what we got. It's kind of like crushing up crackers. And then I'm gonna put it in this jar here, because I don't think they'll fit in a smaller one. So some of the pieces might still be a little bit big. And so when I go to use them, I can crush them a little bit more, or I can use them whatever size they are. I wasn't sure it would work. So anyway, that's I guess 2 things I'm going to do with my onions when I harvest them. And part 2, I'll do a whole new video, and I'll be using onions as the main character in some dishes, I guess is what I would say. So be sure to subscribe so that you can see future videos. Thanks for hanging with me while I had to recover. Thanks for being here today. My house smells like onions. It smells delicious. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, like I said. Share my video. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again, folks. This is Tina, the girl in the garden. See you next time.